Okay, so welcome everybody to the October imaging meeting for 2025, and this is our last target challenge of 2025. And the object that we chose this time around was the Dumbbell Nebula. And just really quick factoids, what we got here is it was discovered in 1764 by Charles Messier. It's cataloged as M27 or Messier object number 27 in Charles Messier's catalog of non-comets. It's a dying star of similar mass to our own sun, and it's 1,360 light years away. And yes, take a good look because this is what's going to happen to our solar system in the quote near future. So, yeah, eventually it'll become, I guess, a red giant star. And once it becomes a red giant star, we're going to be actually inside our sun, if you will. And but then the outer layers, like you're seeing here on this image, uh, will start to be shed, and it pretty much the sun is just going to look. It's going to have a similar path, and it's just going to dissolve. So anyway, with that said, let's go ahead and look at our results. Let me do a stop share here. I'll go ahead and do mine really quick. This is the first time that I've actually gotten out to image in a very long time because when John showed up, he was the first one here. I was just talking about all my imaging woes for like the past more almost a year and a half, and so I'm quite a bit out of practice. This could have been gone a lot better, but here, let me get this up here. Let's see, and there's that. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
So the optics I used a Stellarvue SV90, and it has its native focal length is 630 millimeters at f7. The camera that I used was an ASI 183 mono, as you can see, and I just dedicated one night for each of the Hubble palette wavelengths, sulfur 2, hydrogen alpha, and oxygen 3. So this is what the hydrogen alpha what looked like. I was hoping I could get out more of the fringe part of the very outer layers of the planetary nebula to show up, but no cigar. So I'm guessing I probably should have done longer exposures and well, more exposures too. So, but I was happy because, like I said, I hadn't been able to image in a while for as far as deep sky goes. So anyway, there's hydrogen alpha. Let's see. Will it let me do this? Yes, it will. Okay, and so there's oxygen 3. So quite a bit bigger difference between hydrogen alpha. Oxygen 3 has like way more content within the core of the planetary nebula. It also has some layers did start to show up on oxygen 3. But we get to sulfur. Oops, I thought I had sulfur. Did I get sulfur in here? Uh, huh. Okay. It's out of order. Anyway, there's sulfur. When we get to sulfur, there's hardly much of anything there. I mean, I had to stretch this big time, and I was like, you know what? I can't remember the last time I did a planetary nebula, but yeah, I think this is just giving me a hint that, I even did 15-minute exposures with this, and hardly anything showed up. So this is probably stretched more so than the other two wavelengths. But yeah, you see it right there, and it almost looks like a fainter representation of the hydrogen alpha channel. So, anyways, okay, but so I assigned them the colors as they chose: sulfur for red, uh, hydrogen alpha for green, and oxygen 3 for blue, and that's my final product. The outer shells or outer layers, they showed up a little better. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cyan in there, which kind of makes sense because hydrogen alpha is green, and then oxygen was blue, and when you mix those together, you get cyan. So dominant colors that you're seeing there are on the cyan side. But anyway, so that's all I have. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
I can go ahead, I guess, if you want. Or John, you
Okay,
want to
hold
go?
up. Okay, hold on 1 second. I think I forgot to do the saving thing. Okay, or sharing thing. Okay, you're good to go. Go.
All right, let me get to the share here. Uh,
Hey Chris, what was your total exposure time for your
Yeah, I didn't get to that. Yeah,
narrowband?
good question. I didn't mention that. Actually here, I got it the folder on my laptop right here. Let's see. So there were 25 of those. So let's see, 25 10-minute exposures for hydrogen alpha. So that's what 250 minutes, so about a little more than 4 hours. Oxygen three, I didn't get as much. No, I got a lot of oxygen three actually. I got 36 of those, so 360 minutes or 6 hours of oxygen three. Those are all 10-minute exposures as well. And I stuck with the sulfur two 10-minute exposures, and just because I had more of those, and I did 23 of those as well. So about 4 hours there. So 4 plus 4, 8 plus 6, yeah, 14 hours in all.
Thank you.
So
okay.
yeah, no problem.
All right, is that visible?
Yep.
Yeah, looks
Okay.
good.
Well, what I did was after the last meeting, we had some clear nights and said, well, I'll go ahead and do an M27 right away. And so I did this and processed it. I hadn't done this in a very long time. This is all with the C-Star S50. And so this is about 3.5, maybe 4 hours of that. And I could start to see the outer shell stuff here. Uh, and then so then I went back and I did another let's see, it's 4.5, another 5 hours or something like that. It got about 11.5 hours. And so it started coming out a lot more now.
Oh, I
Uh,
like that. That looks great.
and then I decided, well, I'll see if I can get some more. So I added another couple of hours on. For a total of 12 hours and 37, 38 minutes roughly. And so then it's all C-Star S50 files, 30-second exposures. Yes, I think, or no, wait a minute. Let's see. I can't see what I'm doing here. I guess, do I have that on here? I don't have it on here. But I was doing 30-second exposures now that I can do equatorial mode. And and I just, after 12 and a half hours, I thought that's sufficient for this. And I've looked at some other things. And if you go a little bit further, maybe 20 hours, you can get even more, especially in the center area and all of that. But I thought with the S50, this was about as good as I was going to get for that. So all processed in
So
PixInsight and Photoshop.
yeah, so a tad off subject. Steve Izzo is interested in getting an S50, and he asked me. He looked at your images, and he was like, "Well, I like Steve Christensen's images, but is it really that easy? It just pops out the things, and you're able to process it just like any other imaging set in like Photoshop or PixInsight. Would you say that's correct?"
Yeah,
Yeah, it saves all the subs. You have to set it to do that, but once you do that, you just do them just like every other processing job.
but
Yeah.
I would not, I would not attempt any of these things in alt as mode. I
No.
would
Okay.
definitely none of this would work there. Uh,
Yeah.
and unless you had a really tiny target or something, but if you have something like this, and of course this is zoomed in a bit and all of that.
Yeah.
And then
Stacking mosaics is a little finicky too. If
yeah, exactly. So I don't do that. So I just get a good equatorial mode and do 30-second exposures and do as many of those as I feel like doing. So this is over 3 nights. I said 12 and a half hours altogether. And then I just stick them in PixInsight and process them in a sort of normal way. And then do the blur exterminator, noise exterminator, star exterminator, and all that. And then I take them out to Photoshop and process them. Sometimes I do gigapixel to increase the resolution, that kind of thing, depending on what I'm working on. I try a bunch of different things.
were you using the LP filter or not?
Yeah. These all the LP pill. If I have anything that's got hydrogen alpha in it at all, then I stick the LP filter and do that.
Yeah.
And that seems to work just fine.
So for those of you that don't know, the C-Star S50 has a dual band, narrow band filter in it. It's got what, about 30 nanometer band
Yeah,
pass in each of them.
it's not very, yeah, something
It's
like
not
that.
very narrow, but
It's
it
not
does
very,
cut out a lot of the
yeah,
nasty light.
right.
And you know, if you use SPCC, Steve, this might be of interest to you. Someone has published the dual band filter definitions out there,
Oh,
and you can merge them with the UV, you know, the UV-IR cut filters for the Sony
ah,
to make
okay.
actual filters that would be what that will let through.
Yeah.
So SPCC will do better color calibration. Just FYI.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want any more info on that, let me know.
Okay. Anyway, that's my M27, just with the C Star.
Well, that's cool. I've asked you this before, right quick. 30 is the max. 30 seconds is the max exposure
No,
for C Star.
60.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
60.
just they
Okay.
just added 60, I think, in the latest firmware, did they not?
Yeah, 60 is there. I have found that I really need to get the equatorial polar alignment very, very good to do 60. And it also depends on where the target is in the sky, that kind of thing.
Yeah, if
So
it's real high, it's going to be a problem.
yeah, so it's high, and some of the things I've been doing lately have been pretty high. So I just go back to 30. And if that doesn't work, then I keep it going down to 20 and then down to 10 and then see what happens. But I've found 30 works pretty well for most things now. And I'm reasonably good at getting things polar aligned now. So, and I understand the tricks. Luca, who's in Switzerland, the woman who does her YouTube channel, gave some pretty good advice on getting C stars to be polar aligned just right. And so I followed her instructions and played with it for a while and got it working pretty well. So,
Cool deal.
okay.
All right. Thanks, Steve. Who wants to go next?
I'll go ahead and go.
All right. Let's see what you got. Don't disappoint me.
It doesn't have a little share. It doesn't let me share.
It doesn't let you share? Let's see.
No.
At the bottom of the screen, there's no share.
Let me see. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm an idiot. Never mind. I
Oh,
found
you
it.
found it? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Let me see. Where is the? I got it. Do I have to do the whole screen on a Mac? I can't remember.
No, I'm
I
on a
mean, it
Mac.
makes things easier,
Yeah,
I mean,
hold
in my
on.
opinion.
Why is it not showing me the maybe it's because it's where is the window? I'm trying to find my window that I've got. Um, it's not showing me my um my preview. Hold on, let me try this again. Whoops, did I just exit? No, I'm still here. Okay. Let me see. There we go. All right. I had to refresh it. Okay. You guys able to see it?
Yep.
All right. This is a whopping 83 minutes of exposures. I took this last week on my birthday, in fact. I set up the Radian Triad Ultra Quad Narrowband filter with the FRA 300 f5 telescope and the ASI 2600 MC Duo. Took 83 60-second exposures and processed it, and this is what came out of it. So,
Yeah. Well, you got
for
the outer shells. Those are
yeah,
always hard.
for those that don't know, that narrowband filter is a quad band narrowband filter. It has hydrogen alpha, sulfur 2, oxygen 3, and hydrogen beta at 4 or 5 nanometers for each of those band passes.
It's so beautiful.
So, and with the SPCC calibration, I was able to get the colors to the stars, correct. So this was literally a one-shot color image. This was one-shot color narrowband is what it was. So, um, and I had to enlarge it. I resampled it 3 size because this, the 2600 has, 6,000 by 4,000 pixels, and it's super big sensor. It's really wide field in that 300 millimeter telescope. So, but I think it came out okay for 83 minutes.
I'd be happy with it. I mean, like I said, that's the part that everybody wants is just those outer shell. One thing I did struggle with here again is because I'm just so out of practice, was trying to get nonlinear stretching to work in Pix Insight because I'm pretty sure I could got the outer shells to show up better, but it was just like kept on getting that thing, the center blown out so badly, and I was just like, the only solution I have is to go out and do more scope time at a lot lower exposure and do an HDR composition.
Yeah, you'd be
But
sad to see how I process this. I dragged a process container icon over the image, walked away for 10 minutes, came back, did a couple minor stretches, and then put my signature blocks on it. That's all I did.
oh, I'm not sad because you had a procedure there to do that in the first place, so you had to
Yeah,
figure that out on your own. So
yeah.
I mean, there's diagrams and whatnot online that gives you the workflow and picks insight, but still you have to do it by hand at first.
Yeah, yeah. I got tired of that because I do the same stuff every time, and I was like, you know what? I do the same things all the time, and the only thing I really end up doing that's quote custom is adjusting the black level, a little bit, and I will reduce the size of the stars a little more sometimes, or increase their saturation depending on my mood, and so I pretty much do the same stuff otherwise. So. But anyway, that's my M27 for your consumption.
I like your background dust on that. That was very cool.
I was pretty happy. Like I said, it was only 83 minutes, and I've got a street light 50 feet away from him where I set up. So I literally set this up in the shadow of my house on my lawn. That's
Came out really
You have a
good.
s- you have a small lawn too.
it's a 1 acre lot. Are you kidding me? It's not
Well,
small.
no, I mean from the front to the street. I mean,
Yeah, it's like I said, it's 50 feet to that street light on the corner, but yeah.
yeah.
I thought it
So
looked like a Christmas candy, like with the wrapper, with the
Yeah.
red and the green, like one of those little candies that you pull the edges.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. It's like a
yeah,
peppermint in a green wrapper.
Hmm.
that's
Very
a new
beautiful.
interpretation. Yeah. I mean, the other term that they use for it, I think, yeah, I don't like dumbbell for it because I think what the reason why that is because there was another interpretation of it was the apple core. And I was like, that makes more sense. But then, when you get the outer shells to show up, it's, like you're saying, it looks like almost like a candy,
Yeah.
wrapper
Well, I'm
or whatever.
betting that most of these things were named through a big telescope visually, and that's all they could see, right? They couldn't
Mhm.
Yeah,
see those outer core
Yeah.
because they could probably see that, and it probably did look kind of like a dumbbell, to
Mhm.
yeah.
them.
All right. Who'd like to go next? Anybody?
I only have old
Oh,
stuff.
old stuff? All right.
Yeah.
I'll let it slide. Go for it.
Okay.
Hi, Naveen.
Hey.
And I'm just here to watch. I don't have anything to share.
Um, yeah, I don't know why I didn't remember this was coming up, but I do have a couple old ones. So this was a single sub at Big Woods with 6-inch Newtonian ASI 20 533 MC with the stats on the side here. I had just, I think I had just gotten this scope, so it was pretty cool to see. And the next month, I spent more time on it, a little bit, like an hour. Had figured out I needed shorter exposures and whatnot, but the one I really wanted to touch on is this guy. And Chris, you were showing the
Ooh.
different channels, and for some reason, I posted this with them. So this is hydrogen alpha stretched. This is oxygen free, so you really can start to see the wings or candy wrapper puller bits.
Mm.
And then sulfur 2, which I had the most time on, is really subdued, but put it all together.
Wow.
That's
A little
really
over
nice.
17
That's
super.
great.
Yeah, that's nice right there.
And that's with
Yeah, the other thing that I've noticed about this, because it's a tiny target, yeah, seeing kind of plays a big part in it, because when we're doing deep sky images, most of the stuff we're taking images of are like, I don't know, a fraction of a degree, whereas planetary nebulae, they're like, I don't know what,
like like 8 arc
10
minutes
arc
across.
minutes, 10 arc minutes or less or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So
Well,
yeah,
this
but
one,
yeah, look
this
at yours right
this
there. And I was
field
hoping,
is pretty small, so yeah.
but I mean, I'm looking at yours right here, Naveen, and I'm just like, the reason why I say that is because I know that go back to your oxygen, for example, or like actually that is what I'm talking about. You can kind of make it out how the outer shells, as it radiates out from the center, they're kind of feathery looking or like rays almost, you know. And I was hoping I'd get that to show up in mine, but no cigar. So, but yeah, you can probably just make it out how they're like almost like a spider web kind of radiating out
Yeah.
from the sides or whatever. I mean, that's what
Well, you
I
can
was
see
hoping.
you can start to see the wispiness there.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, but see that it's
Good
like we're talking
description.
about here. It's like seeing what just like is going to have its way with that. So if you can get this on a night of good seeing, maybe that would have showed up better. I mean, or at least mine would have showed up better. It looks like you got lucky there. Um,
This was a couple of years ago, so yeah, who knows?
Chris,
Six,
let
well,
me,
hey, I
600
mean,
second
oh, it's like
subs
I
too,
said, you're
10
one of
minute
the
subs. Wow.
yeah.
Chris, let me
So I
ask
mean,
let me ask a question. John, your stars and Naveen's stars are different, but you used SPCC on yours, John. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, okay. And Naveen, you didn't, I presume, or
I
maybe you did.
got color. I got red,
You
green,
got
and
the
blue.
RGB. So I'm just wondering why the stars would come out different colors between the two.
In my case, it's going to be the filter
Yeah.
because I didn't, I have a one-shot color camera, but the filter's still blocking everything but HA, sulfur 2, oxygen 3, and hydrogen
Okay.
beta. So they're not going to be,
Right.
spot
Okay.
on.
Right.
But
Understood.
yeah, so
Okay.
that's why there's
So
the
the
difference.
SPCC won't compensate for that if you're doing, unless you have RGB stars. Is that right?
Well, it's going to get it as close as it can within, I guess, within the data set it has.
Yeah.
Like I said, it looks okay, but the blues are a little more subdued and that sort of thing. Red shows up really well, but and you'll see in my other images, you're going to see a similar effect. That it's a result of the filter.
Okay.
That was beautiful, Naveen.
yeah, very nice. So, all right. Well, Mark or Paul, you guys are the only ones left. Do you have M27 to show us?
I've got an old one.
All right. Well, I let Naveen slide with it, so go for it. Let's see what you got.
All right, let me find the share here.
I
There it
forgot
is.
how hard this thing was to image initially. So I'd done it twice before, but the last time I did it, I think that was 2011. It was the last time I had done it.
Okay, well,
So
compared to what you guys were doing, this is really plain Jane. But
yeah.
I took this data 4 years ago, but I reprocessed it a couple days ago. So does that help? Does that make it legit?
I'm happy with it.
Anyway,
So,
this is only 15 times 30 seconds. So
oh, wow. And this is with your what is it? Your
this is
Teleview?
with my Teleview Genesis 4-inch
Yeah.
f5. And I shot it on my old AVX, Celestron AVX mount, unguided, in my front
Unguided.
yard here in Cary.
Beautiful.
My God.
And I'm not a big fan of narrowband. I just like the kind of the true colors that you would get if you were using a film camera. And
Yeah.
anyway, that's kind of my objective. So
Mark,
anyway,
what camera did you use for this?
oh, I'm sorry. I have a fairly old now ASI 294 MC Pro.
Nice.
It's not old. I use one.
We
It's
never
about
see anything. You got to
Yeah.
show it.
I'm like you, Mark, with the colors. I want them as close to natural as possible, but that quad band narrow band filter gets me there with street lights. So
Yeah. What I do,
well, I
John,
mean, it might
even
just
I've got one of those dual narrowband filters, And whenever I use it, I've never liked the color. So I always shoot regular RGB color and combine it with the results of the HA and O3 to get natural looking stars and a fairly natural looking nebula.
Well, and one of the differences is I've always used a hydrogen beta filter as well, and that's the blue. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's you're missing blue. You've got the bluish green or from the O3 and the red, but you don't have any blue if you don't have a hydrogen beta.
Yeah. And just to be clear, this particular image is all I use is a UV-IR cut filter because if I didn't do that, my stars would be big as balloons.
Mark,
Makes
I like
sense.
that you can see the central star in yours. It's right there in the middle.
Yeah, you're right. I never really even noticed that. Right
Yep.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Amazing.
I do
Okay.
happen to have one from this May, even though I didn't know what the assignment was for this meeting.
Okay, well, I mean, that's usually the format of that of this, Paul, actually, is like when we do a topic of interest and or the main topic of the meeting, we show like imaging results and whatnot of the topic, and then the second half is when we show images that were unrelated. So that's where we are right now. So I think everybody's shown everything that they have. So so you do have one to
There
show.
you
Yeah,
go.
I've got
You said you had one
I
for
yeah.
thought you were
May.
getting at I thought
Oh,
you were
yeah.
getting at like a completely different object. Okay, yeah,
No,
my fault.
no. Yeah, so can you guys see that?
Sure
Yeah,
can.
looks
Yeah.
nice.
Yes, it's
Okay.
Looks
beautiful.
great.
Yeah, so that's I took that on my Celestron Edge HD 8-inch, and this is just 90 minutes, so it's 30 frames times 3 minutes a frame. I'm just using an RGB. I'm using a 533 MC Pro, so it's just a color camera, and like Mark, I just used a UV-IR cut. I had a ton of moon out this night. I think it was 77% full, but I was just kind of testing out the camera. I just recently got it, and because I'd been doing mono before, and mono is great for a lot of reasons, but the color camera was just super easy. And so yeah, I don't have a lot of the outer shell here. The moon was out. It wasn't a super long exposure, but I thought the stretching brought out some of that central detail, and like Mark's, you can see the central star there.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, I overstretched
So
mine,
pretty.
I think, but that was me in a hurry. Go get homework done.
Yeah.
I love the blue.
All
All
right.
right,
Well,
well,
that's what I got. Let's see.
Paul, how much time did you say?
That was 90 minutes, so 30 frames at 180 seconds a frame.
Okay.
And I was doing this on a AM5 mount.
That is just a great mount. I love that mount.
Yeah, I love that mount. I do so much with it. Although I've recently been running a 2600, and last night I was this was with their focal reducer, by the way. So this was with the 0.7x reducer. I was doing some native f10 focal length stuff last night, and I was kind of heavy. I had a big guide scope and a big camera, and I used a counterweight, and I think I had some cable snags. I ended up getting a reasonably good picture, but it's harder to do at f10 just with the guiding. This one was pretty easy. So, all right. Well, thanks for looking. Let's see. How do I stop sharing here?
Should be a little red button that it was
Oh
on.
yeah, here we go. Thanks. Yep.
I run my C8 at f10 using off-axis guider.
Yeah, I think I need to go in that direction.
There's only one target I've had problems getting stars to guide with. So far, it's been
I love
pretty
that
okay.
2600 MC Duo right now, though, with the
Oh, I
sec.
know. It sounds great.
Oh, I use it and guiding right on the main tube,
Does
so
anybody use that with the C8? I've heard there can sometimes be a little trouble with the image circle size for the guiding.
I have not. I've only used mine on my FRA 300 and my 364 millimeter or 300, my f2.8 Newtonian that I got.
Yeah,
So,
okay. Okay.
Oh,
so
were you
yeah,
talking about F7 or F10 that they were talking about the trouble?
Oh, I think it was F7 actually with the reducer. I think at F10 it's okay.
That's counterintuitive. You would think it'd be easier at
You'd think it
F7
would
than it would
be,
at F10.
but I
The,
think the challenge is the reducer doesn't give as big of an image circle. I know it is counterintuitive.
Huh.
yeah, that's right. But
it
it
could be
doesn't have
because of
to
where
be.
that the guide sensor is on the plane there. It's on the top edge. And
Yeah.
maybe that's what's causing it because the focal, maybe it's going outside that cone or whatever.
It doesn't have to be good stars though. I had an old orange tube C8 with the reducer, like a 0.63, and the stars
Yeah.
were horrible. But I could guide okay because there's a centroid, and
Yeah.
PhD was like, yep, that's good enough.
As long as they're not
Okay.
triangles or something, you're probably okay.
Oh, yeah, well, if you drew another line, it would have been a triangle, but it was bad.
Okay. All right. So I guess this is the second half of the meeting. Does anybody have anything non M27 they like to show off?
I got like 16 images since last month. Do you want me to go last or first?
I've got
I
about
want you to go.
10 or 12. So
Okay. Well,
I've got
this is what I
one.
want you to do. So, this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to go fast. How about that?
I can do
go
that.
fast. Huh?
Yeah.
Who do you want to go first?
I like Steve.
All right.
You want me to go first? All right.
Yeah.
Hang on. I've got to get the share button here. Okay. Let's see if that's going to work. Okay. There's Astrobin. This is what I've been working on last few nights. Goes to Casio. All of this is C-star stuff. So this is 10 hours of IC63. And
That's a tough object for the C star too.
yes, it is. And so I'm going to tonight I'm going to add more hours onto it just to see, because I've seen other people do it and there's a lot more structure in some of this stuff, and so far I haven't got as much as I'd like. So I'm going to play around with it some more tonight and see if I can get like 6 more hours on it or something.
You're almost getting a rainbow effect up there at the top right.
Yeah, the star does weird stuff. I'm not sure what that is.
That star is evil and must be destroyed. Let's blow it up.
Yeah, that's yeah, that Cassiopeia star there. Okay, so there's that one. Then the Cocoon Nebula. Again,
Yeah.
this is a little over 4 hours. I'm going to do more on this one as well. Getting some of the gas that's around the red part.
Yeah,
There's a lot
the
of stuff.
outer dust or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot
makes
of
more.
outer dust right there, and I'm going to add more hours to that as well. Then this one is 11 and a half hours. Lusa in Switzerland did one with one of her telescopes, and I thought I'd give it a try with the C-Star S30 just to see if I could get the dark nebula structure. And the more I added to it, you see, I started out with that, and then I added more hours on, and then yet more hours on, and then finally, that's the last one I got, and just kept processing them. Look, because all these structures that are in there start to come out if you get more and more hours. So it's fun to do. Then Cave Nebula, this is only 3 hours. I'm finding that if I want to really do something, I need to do at least 4 hours, but 10 hours is better. But there haven't been enough nights to really do that on every target I've been looking at.
Thought
But,
about shooting that one last night, in fact, but I didn't.
and then okay, this is the comet, the lemon comet, just like 30, what is it, 30 minutes, something like that.
When did you
Just
do this one, Steve?
let's see what's the date on this one?
So it's 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, that was out. I had to take the Sea Star out into the road in front of my house to
Oh,
get away from all the trees.
you
So I
told us
was I
about that.
was yeah, I was standing at 4 in the morning. I was standing out in the road, hoping the cars wouldn't come by and knock the telescope down. It was literally the only place I could
You're
go.
lucky they didn't hit you. I mean,
Well, okay, that's true. I could have jumped out of the way, but the telescope couldn't. Um, anyway, and then Andromeda with the S30. The S30, you can get the entire structure of the galaxy in. This was 2 hours and 50 minutes uh, playing with that one. The S50 can only get a portion of it. The S30 can get the whole thing if
yeah,
you.
you have to do mosaic on the 50.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and then the Elephant
Elephant.
Trunk. This is 6.5 hours on that,
That's nice.
and so that's a fun one to do. That yeah, the 6 hours. 6 hours was 3 hours was not enough. 6 hours started to come out much better. Let's see, what's this one? Then the bubble, same thing. This is 6.5 hours, and it started to come out with 3 hours was not enough, so I did 6.5 hours with that one. And then there's the comet again, just a stack of the ones the previous ones that I showed you the movie of. This is a stack of those frames
Nice.
back there, and then the wizard. I'm not quite sure about this one. This was almost 4 hours. Um, I would like to try that one again as well. Let's see.
Did you
And
throw a different color filter on that or something? Because that one doesn't, isn't that
no,
normally more red than that?
yeah, that was I couldn't quite figure that out, John. I don't know why the red it was the same filter, the same LP filter. I think I used to say maybe I made a mistake and didn't use it. I don't know, but it was as you say, I couldn't get the color to come out that particular night. I don't know. Maybe it was something else.
You know, it almost looks narrowband.
Yeah, I know. I don't quite understand that. Maybe it was my processing somehow. It was different. I don't know.
Share the
But
computer interface problem.
there's that, and then that I already showed last time. So these are what I've done in the last month or so. Okay,
They're so striking, so beautiful,
thank you.
incredible.
Okay, whoever wants to go next.
All right, you want me to go ahead and go, Chris?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I'll start out with a caveat or overview saying basically that with the exception of the solar image I'm going to show you after this one, all of them were done with this same setup, the ASI 2600 MC Duo on the ASCAR FRA 300 Pro, the quad band narrowband filter, AM5 mount. Most of them are 2 hours of exposures, just to make things simple. So, but this one was, let me see if it goes to it. This was the sun. I actually did this in August, captured the video. It's a 9 panel mosaic, but I didn't process it until like last week. And I stitched them all together in ice and stacked them, and sun was pretty active that day. So I was pretty happy with how that came out. Um, that's that one. And now these are going to be the ones from last month till today. So this is Western Veil Nebula. This one was only an hour. Well, this one was an hour of 3 minute subs, actually. Apparently, I did 3 minute subs on this one.
That's not too bad for, 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
It normally
Uh,
would probably take me like, 10 hours plus.
Now, one thing I like about that narrowband filter is that central star on the broom there is not completely, blown out. you know how it normally gets really big when you image that, that.
Yeah, it's
Um,
subdued.
so, and then I think next is, the Eastern Veil Nebula. This one was only 60-second exposures, 2 hours of them. And we got M31. This was also shot with the narrowband filter. I was just like, let's see if what happens. And I was surprised I got, and that's only 90 minutes of subs. I was surprised I got that much in narrowband, to be honest.
Well, you're
Uh,
seeing the star forming regions, the
yeah,
red bits.
yep. I think I'm going to get more data on this one. I want to see how it does because I was surprised I got as much as I did on this one. And hey, look, it's Ghost of Cassiopeia.
There we go.
Yep. Um, and same thing, 2 hours. I like that you can see the hydrogen down at the bottom going all the way around there. It's pretty far out. Um, and next we got Pac-Man Nebula. Um, again, 2 hours. That seems to be my go-to to see, to satisfy my attention span. Um, and then Crescent Nebula. I got
That's
a,
nice.
I got a
I like
few
the
extra ones on
framing.
that. Yeah, I like how I didn't even crop this one down because I liked all the regions all the way to the edge there and it was clear. So I was like, I'm not cropping this. Um, so then I decided in narrowband to shoot Pleiades and I imagine I got more than I thought I was going to get out of it. Um, it's got a blue cast everywhere. That could have been a processing, but I was surprised I got as much as I did, to be honest.
You got
Um,
one really red star there.
Yeah. I mean, the star colors still show up. Red shows up really good in that narrowband filter. And next we
John,
got,
are you using a gradient thing, any gradient stuff on?
I do. Yeah, in my processing, I use gradient correction, and
Okay.
yeah, uh, So this is the next one is the Pelican Nebula here, and that's again same setup. Pretty much the same processing I did on all of these. I reduced the stars. I increased the saturation on the stars a little too, um, as when I do it. So, and then next we got North American Nebula. This one is only 13 minutes of exposure. So that literally is all I did on that. I just did it as a gee whiz golly willikers one night, and then clouds came in and I had to shut down. This will come out nice if I do more data on it, I think. Uh, I'm going to rotate the camera or the sensor so that I don't have to, so I can get it across instead of sideways like that when I do it again. Let's see what's next here. Horsehead, Flaming Horsehead, all in HA, or I mean the narrow band. So it's pretty much all red, because that's just the way what it came out on. I like the detail in it. I do wish it had some more of the orange, but that would have been in the light pollution area that the filter blocks out. So, um, let's see what's next. Heart Nebula, same amount of exposure. I'm gonna, I got a process, and I'll show you later that to convert these to simulated SHO palette. Um, I'll show you on the last image what I did with the one I did last night. I'm going to try that on this one. I want to see how it looks when I do that. It should be pretty cool. Um, Lobster Claw Nebula.
John, are you using PixInsight?
I am.
Yeah, you might try the SETI Astro tool
I
that
have them. Yeah.
does the different palettes.
The perfect palette picker. Yeah.
You
Yeah. You
tried
have
that?
to, yeah. I've used it before.
Yeah.
But I've got a process that I put together that will take this image without the markings on it and we'll convert it
Okay.
as well, convert an RGB. It splits it out into the channels and then recombines. But
Yeah.
I
Okay.
worked with Chat GPT to actually develop it, to be honest. And let's see, next, this is a elephant trunk. Now we're up to 2 days ago, so we're almost done. And then yeah, I like this one. I did do the narrowband or the SHO conversion on this one, and the contrast really pops on that there. But I do like that you can see the dark dust off to the right and all, dark areas. I'm pretty happy with how this one came out.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, and then you can see the little ridge details down at the bottom. I like that, you know. And this next one is Helix Nebula. I just shot that. That's 162, a little 2.5 hours of exposure on it. You know, I got the central star, which I kind of always like to get in that one. And but yeah, that one's not my favorite, but it's not bad. And then this is the Flaming Star Nebula, one I shot last night. Um, and this one is also 2 hours. I like the detail in it, and this is the one that last image is going to be the one that I converted to SHO from this image. And that is how it looks in SHO with that same data.
Okay, a criticism. You want to knock back the blue and the
Yeah,
darker tones there.
I got some blue in the background, I know, but is that what you're referring to mostly?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. But yeah,
That's easy fix though. I mean,
yep. I just did this afternoon, so I just swinged it together. So, but yeah, that's it. I do like how this process did it. I really like the contrast it put into this, even though I do prefer the more natural colors. But for contrast, I really do like this palette for that. Anyway, that's the last one. So I went fast. Any
yes, you did.
questions? We're cutting into scope time, so
They're all stunning, really stunning.
thanks.
Okay, anybody else?
I got one.
And let me guess, it's a comment.
Ding, 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 ding.
I
Shot this
expect
one.
nothing less from you, Mark.
Yeah. I shot this last night. Whoops, sorry, I hit the right button here. This is
There we go.
Yeah.
this is Comet Swan. It's about 35 minutes. And I shot this one not with the Genesis, but with the Red Cat 61. I didn't nail the focus, but this is just a sequence of non-processed images. I try to do a background extraction, and that's about it. But you can almost see a tail. I think it's from the United States, unless you're in a mountainous region. I don't think we're going to see too much tail on this comet.
What time of day, Mark?
I talked to him some this morning.
Yeah.
He was going to try tonight.
So I'm looking at this, and if I'm looking correctly, you talk about the tail, it's pointing in the opposite direction of movement, right?
Yeah, it's the tail is preceding the comet nucleus, which I think is interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to orient myself as far as, solar wind and whatnot.
It would have been really, really cool if the airplanes and the satellite had crossed right over the comet, though. It would have been really cool.
Yeah, I shot this out at Crabtree Lake, and it was a horrible conditions, light pollution, street lamps, but I can't get Western Horizons anywhere, Southwestern Horizon.
Mm.
Okay, I'm done.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, very good. Anybody else?
Hey, Chris, I actually have to drop off at 8:30. Could I just show a small handful? And by the way, thank you everybody for including me. I'll reach out to you, Chris, about how to join RAC and be a more frequent member here. But it's been great.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
All right. Can you guys see this?
Yes, very nice. Wizard Nebula.
Yeah, so that's the Wizard. That's in a C8 for 8 hours on a 2600 MC camera, and I used a dual band filter on that. So this is I used a little Astrotech AT60 on this, so it's a little bit like the FRA 300. I'm using a reducer, so the focal length is like 280 millimeters. And so this is sort of the natural color, and then here I did like an SHO palette, which I was pretty happy with. And that was 3.5 hours. This I got last night, NGC 7331. You can actually see the supernova right to the right of the core there.
To the right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So can you guys see that? Yeah, it's just a little dot there. That's the
Oh,
supernova.
now I see it.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely fading since it
Yeah, I was going to say it
came
looks
out in
like it's
June.
faded. Yeah.
Yep, but yeah, it's definitely in there. This is I just got a Samyang 135 millimeter lens, and this is North American at just 45 minutes of exposure. Really happy with that first picture. And this just with a dual band on the 2600 MC. I did stop it down to f4, and you can kind of see that on the diffraction patterns of the iris, and I'll probably use a step down ring going forward rather than the internal iris. And
Oh,
then this is,
real
pardon?
quick. So step around rings, I've been 3D printing them for scopes now.
Oh yeah,
So if you have a printer or know somebody who has one, or I don't know if you're local in Raleigh,
I'm in Chapel Hill.
okay. I love making functional prints, so if you need one, let me know.
Are you gonna be at the Star Party next week?
I am not, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Well, that'd be great. Thanks, Nabi.
Yeah, I'll be there one night, but I don't know which night yet, Paul. So
Okay.
watch for me.
All right. Sounds good. And then this is just this is actually a mosaic of the veil using my little AT60. It was like 3 hours for each side of the mosaic. This is with a 533 camera, and I used a dual band with this one. So, all right, that's all I got. Thanks, everybody.
Very nice.
Nice.
Nice having you.
Beautiful. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll be at Staunton as well.
Oh, great. See you
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, Monday through Wednesday.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, no problem. So, okay, anybody else? No? Okay, so here, we'll get this out of the way really quick. Let me share my screen again. The groaner part of the meeting.
Oh.
Yes, something like that. Very good. Okay, anyway, so if you guys remember, I put up a poll on both Discord and Groups.io about voting for the next Imaging Target Challenge, which will be January 2026. So when I usually pick these targets, I pick the ones that are at about almost like quote opposition, if you will, because we're not necessarily talking about solar system objects, but yeah. So like these days, these three targets they were coming up above the horizon around uh, uh, a little bit after sunset or whatever. But anyway, so I put that out there, and the polls on Discord went for the Heart and Soul Nebula, but the poll on, or excuse me, yeah. The poll on Discord went for the Heart and Soul Nebula, and then the for Groups IO went for, let's see, let me make sure I'm getting this right. Here,
Triangular. Yeah.
Groups IO went to Triangulum, but you add up to two, Heart and Soul, one out. So there you go. That's just the criteria right there. So Heart and Soul, and you can image either, both. You can take portions of one, like the what is it, Merlot 13, I think is the way it's pronounced. It's a structure that's like within the actual in the near the center of the Heart Nebula. Can't remember what the name of that one spot that's in the Soul Nebula. It's like right in the middle as well. But anyways, yeah, so that's what we'll be doing next time.
You made
I
this
think
one
that's
easy
right.
for me. All I got to do is add data and reprocess.
No, I expect better out of you. So, well, with you, since you already did it and you already said what you're doing, well, I'm going to punish you. You're going to image both in the same field, mosaic and everything. Don't disappoint me. So,
I reserve the
okay,
right to reject your proposal.
uh, fine, be that way. Okay. So anyway, so there's that, and just upcoming things. December 12th, we have the indoor meeting. It's going to be the imaging showcase. And so everybody knows the format of that. So you just choose whichever images you'd like to show off that you took throughout the year and talk about them to uh, all club members there. And again, if you want to keep it short and sweet, kind of like what you did, John, just move through it quickly because there are times where we have like close to 50 images to show. Anyway, and then in January 24, 25, that's the next astronomy days for 2026. One thing I left off here, is Naveen still here? So yeah,
Yep.
here he is. Yeah, so I went to Naveen at the indoor meeting last week, asking him about something he brought up as an idea for the November meeting topic. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. It's called is it called the sunscreen? Am I getting that correct, Naveen?
Sun scan.
Sun scan, sunscreen, anyway. Because I knew it was something kind of out there, and I was like, I'm probably gonna make a fool of myself. So I chose sunscreen. Okay, yeah, sun scan. And if you don't know what that is, I mean, you can just go and like look it up online. It's a pretty like fancy schmancy uh what do you call it? Fancy schmancy doohickey. There we go.
Yeah.
Project that you can put together. Naveen and Dean Herring have been working together and trying to put one together. And what it does, and correct me if I'm wrong, Naveen, because I mean, only glanced over it a little bit, is it sort of takes like a spectrograph of everything of the light that's coming from the sun. I think it's called a heliograph, is what's the
Yeah.
term? Yeah.
Yeah.
So and based on that, all that data, you can kind of like construct exactly what like H alpha looks like, or you know what calcium looks like, and I think they're working on magnesium as well. It gives you all the spectral lines of what's coming out of the sun and which ones are more intense versus others and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
The
did I
images
get
it
that
puts
pretty?
together are pretty slick too. You know,
Yeah. I mean, did I get that pretty close to me?
Yep. Yeah, and
Yeah.
one of the interesting things is run with a Raspberry Pi and a pretty cheap like webcam basically. So a Raspberry Pi camera. So
I think the
we'll
prism's the most expensive part or something, isn't
oh
it?
everything else is not cheap.
Yeah.
What is it
I think
called
a
again?
Sun
sun
scan.
scan.
Sun
It's
scan.
yeah, I put it in
Yeah.
chat. It's sunscan.net if you're interested in looking into it.
Yeah.
If you
Some
are wanting to build one, I can tell you how much it costs. More than you
that's
expect.
$600 or $700 if I remember right.
1100.
Oh, it's 1100. Yeah, the prices have gone up since the tariffs.
Yeah. Well, some of the parts are from overseas. The slit is very specialized and yeah,
And you got to 3D print a lot of parts, or you can buy I think you can buy the printed ones from someone too.
you could. I mean, I printed them all. It costs like $7 versus
Oh
I
yeah.
think the ones they want that you could buy were like $200. I'm like,
That sounds
no.
right. Yeah, because I looked at it briefly. I'm gonna wait and see how it works before I build it. So let me know how it goes.
Yep. Yep. Dean's taking his to SRSP during the day if y'all want to bug him.
I mean,
The
it looks like
setup.
a super slick little device,
Yeah.
based on what I've seen, but boy, there's a lot of little pieces in there too.
Yep.
I mean, how many hours did it take you to print everything?
Uh, I think it
Like
was
30?
about like a weekend or two. I printed two of them, so one for myself, one for Dean.
Yeah.
Um, the biggest problem was getting the parts, and then for me to find the time, like I had all the parts in my house to find the time to actually put it together.
What filament did you print it in? Because I'm wondering if heat would be a challenge, at all.
Yeah, PETG. I thought
You
about
use
doing
PETG?
ASA, but
Okay.
PETG.
Did you use black or gray or what?
Black.
Yeah. Black. Okay.
Hey, y'all,
Alrighty.
I have to roll. It was really, really nice to be here and to learn from everybody tonight. See you at Staunton.
Very good. Yeah, nice to have you. So, okay. Well, I guess that's it for us too. And we'll see you. Let me go back here, get the date correct. So November meeting. So there's Friday, and then Thursday. So it'll be on the 20th this time. So yeah. Good night, gentlemen. We'll see you on November 20th.
Bye.
Good catching up with you guys. I'll see you next time.
So long.
Take care.